Hello, this is Michael Rager, and you're probably checking out this video because you recently downloaded a version of the A2 software. I'm going to take a little time to walk you through a demo, hit you on a few things that you should do to initially set it up and get ready to go. So the first thing I do is when I got my A2 software loaded up, you're going to see over here is the icon A2. I'll just kind of move it over here to the middle of the screen so you know what I'm talking about. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my documents and I'm going to open a document. Here I have A2 datasets. I would open up a file in my C drive or wherever you're going to hold most of your data. I would call it A2 datasets. Inside of it, I would open up another folder. Let's say, for example, demo. So inside that demo, I would open up another folder that says documents, docs. Just going to do this because a little bit later we're going to go ahead and we're going to save an HTML and it's going to go to this folder. And if you can see, there's the index file. This is the stuff that we want to get there. This forms the HTML that we're going to see later on. So the first thing I would do, I'm going to backtrack on, is go to my C drive, open up a folder, a brand new folder that says A2 datasets. Inside of that, I would open one that says demo, and then inside of that, I would open one that says docs. All right, so we're going to go from there. We'll talk about that later. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the A2. It's going to open up, and since this is the first time you're using it, your password is going to be admin. So admin, I'm going to show you here when it pulls up. Come on. Should just take a moment to load. Okay, here it comes. It's loading up. When yours loads up, you're not going to have as many files as mine will have here. A selected database. My ABC, that is my new one. You'll probably have to go ahead and create a database. Okay, so I'd go in here and hit create a database. Open. It's going to ask for your username, that is admin. It is going to ask for your password, that is admin as well. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to log in. Alright, the first thing that I want to do when I get in, before I start actually entering some processes, I want to go ahead and I want to add some things that are important. Number one is going to be roles. Alright, so I'm going to go into enter roles. I'm going to put in a department. I'm just going to put in demo. Review it, and there's no roles entered. Alright, so I'm going to go in my list manager. Next, click on it in department and roles. I'm going to add a department. Again, I'm sorry, demo. I did it wrong last time, so I'm going to go and hit demo. It's in there, so there it is, demo. Alright, so I'm going to go into roles and I'm going to add a role. And I'm going to go ahead and add a role. The role's name again is going to be demo. Email address demo@abc.com. A department, we don't have any yet. You can go ahead and add one. I'm just going to put this in the demo department. Reports to, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. All right. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and put in some roles. So when I go ahead and start writing some processes, they're already there. I don't have to go through and create them. So I generally want to go in and I want to add some roles. So again, I go into the departments, add a department. Once the department's there, go and click the roles, add a role, and kind of go from there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main menu and we're going to define a process. So here we go. We define a process. So it says define a new process. We're going to hit next. Okay, it's going to add a process group. You may not have a process group. You can type something in. So I'm going to write demo. Demo. Process reference number. I'm just going to call this demo 1. And process title, I'm going to call this demo as well. What I want to do here is in the process comments, I generally do why. Why are we doing this process? Okay, this is very simple. A lot of process software out there will just tell you what needs to be done. What we want to do here in A2 is we want to hit who, what, where, how, and why. So we're going to go in here and put the why. Alright, this group doesn't exist. We want to create it. Yes. An item already exists with family. Is it okay? So we do it. We're just going to duplicate it. So what is done? I don't know. So we're going to type in what do we do? How do we do it? We just sit around and think. Okay, so we want to add this process. So that's the first step. The next thing, we're just going to type in some gibberish. add it. Next, what do I do next? How do I do it? Add it. So let's say this process only has 3 steps. There it is. We're going to get done. I'm going to hit the next button. So the next button, what it's going to do is I'm just going to go back to those roles that we just pulled out. It's going to tell us who's involved in the process. So we just did why, we just did what, and how, and now we're going to talk about who. Who is going to be doing the work. So here I'm going to go into my roles. I'm just going to go ahead and say my buyer. I'm going to add him. I'm going to go demo. I'm going to add them. I'm going to go in and just pick somebody, my salesman. I'm going to go there. As you see, I've added in some things before. So next one, I said these are all the people that are involved. We're going to go in there. Next, boom, there it is. So what we want to do is we want to go to the responsible person. We want to fix who is responsible for each step. All right? So we're going to go in here. We're going to click the responsible person. I'm going to go to sales. All right. Here I'm going to put demo. I don't know, and I'll put sales again. All right. And here, if anybody else does anything, so we're going to say, okay, the buyer is consulted. Okay. Here, the salesman assists. And here, we're going to say the buyer is informed. Okay. So we're just what we do. So we want to go and use that RACI again. Responsible, assist, consult, informed. You go into next. Essentially what it's going to do is going to create the process. Success. You have successfully completed this process. So what we do now is we've got the first draft done. So we're going to go in there. We're going to look at it. So I'm going to go in my process manager. There it is. I'm going to look at the process I just did. I'm going to click on it. Look at the tasks. I don't know. There we are. I'm going to look at the revisions, the roles. You know, if I want to change somebody, if I want to pull somebody out of there, I'll remove them. If I want to add somebody, I can move them in. Just click on it. Kind of move from there. So we're going to have 3 tasks. If we want to edit the task, we click Edit Task. Here it comes. We want to change this. Oh, we don't want the semicolon there. We want there. There it is. We hit there and save it. All right. There we go. It's all saved. One of the important things we're going to look at here is before we get ready to process stuff, here it is. It says, is this a draft? Do we want a checklist? So I'm going to put in there, yes, we want a checklist. We're going to say this isn't a draft anymore. This is complete. We're all good with it. Everything's there. So we're going to be able to go in there. Everything's done. We're just going to be able to go in and add those processes. So I'm going to go back to the menu. And what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and we want to see what everything looks like. So we're going to come down here to the Publish tab. So we hit Publish. All right. So I remember before I made you go in and add that folder. So what you want to do is go in here and set the folder. You're going to go in. You're going to find it. So when A2 Datasets Demo, and I hit Content, and I put it in Content. I said OK. Everything's there. So it's where I wanted it to go. So I want to check. I want to publish everything. So I'm going to check them all. So everything's going to get published. Options, don't really worry about this right now. This is something we'll look to a little bit later and we get into more details. Since we're just demoing and playing around, we want to go there. So we're going to hit the Publish. We hit the Publish tab. And you'll see at the bottom some things are moving around. They're doing what they need to do. So it says process number 1 is marked under review. Do you still want to do it? Publish it as a draft version. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes to all of these, so it'll go through and just process them because I know this is our demo and we've got a whole bunch of them in there. So it's going, it's doing what she's going to do. And what she's going to do is she's going to create this HTML file. The HTML file is going to be your website. It's actually what your end users are going to look at to start seeing the processes. All right, so here it comes. It's going to pull it up. Like I said, this takes a few minutes. Don't worry about it. It's compiling the data set and it's putting it all together in the way it needs to be seen. The more data that you got in here, the more time it takes. But it just is what it is. So just gotta wait for it to get done. As you see, it's just kind of going on, doing its thing down here. Almost done, I believe. Okay, filling it up, filling it up. And again, you just got to be patient with it. When you get a big data set, especially and you start entering a lot of data, it does take a few minutes. It's just what it is. It just takes the processor that long to combine it, put it in the format that you want to see it. Okay, so we want to view it. I'm going to say yes. Now what it's going to do is it's going to open up your web browser. We recommend Firefox. Firefox seems to bring up the best view of everything for us. So here's what we've got. All right, so we talked about your file path. This is going to be what's in the directory. Your IT guy will probably make a shortcut to this and put it on your people's desktop when you get it. But here we go. We're going to go and we're going to look at the process we just got done. So we went in here. We're going to look at all. See if we got the demo one we just did. So demo 1. Why isn't it pulling me up? Is it in draft still? Did I undraft it? Not sure where it is. Okay, we may have to go back and fix that. But we're going to go in here and we're going to look at everything. I may have put it in a different place. Wasn't paying attention when I did it. But there's all of our processes, everything we've got. So we're going to go in here and we're just going to pull one up. Here's going to be these ones that have no links to them. They are drafts. They won't open. So hit prepare a business plan. There it is. It's going to go ahead and open up. I'm going to go into getting work. Doing work. So review processes. Here it comes. We got managing resources, our procurement one. This is one we generally showed you in the demo. And here is where we're going to see everything's done. We're going to go from beginning to end. There it is. Everything's in there. All right, so we'll see everything's there. We didn't put anything into our customs, but we got some notes that we put in here, some extra information. I'm going to walk through that now, just how to do some other things. I'm going to click out of here. I'm going to go back in here and some of the other things that you're going to see. Your process manager, what it does is just gives you a list of all the processes that you have in here. All right, everything that you put in, it is all here. Boom, they're all there. There they are. Just get them going and kind of going from there. Puts them in their groups. So we got group 1, group 2. So we can add processes, delete processes, view processes. I'll come back to execute. If you have something that's duplicatable, you can go ahead and copy a process. So you click on here, get it there, hit copy the process. It's going to ask you to name it, tell you where you want it to go, and then you can go ahead and edit it. Okay, just like we showed you before with the edit the process. Once it's in there, you can go make the changes that you need to make to it. All right, so if you want to ever close anything over here, I'll close the last thing that's up. So task manager is going to go in. It's going to look at the tasks that we've had. I see it's easier if we just go ahead and we find the task and just search our strings. I find it's easier if we go ahead and just go into the process, find the task, and then go ahead and edit it that way than the task manager. That's my way of doing it. I kind of go in there, look at it. If I want to edit this task, I'm going to go ahead and here and edit process. Go in here and do whatever I need to do with editing it. And I can go ahead and edit my task here and there. Everything we want to do. If we want to move something up or down, we can click here to the right. It says move it up, move it down. We can move it. One of the things it does here, it just moves it one space. So we got to go move it up, move it up, move it up if it needs to move multiple spaces. One of the things I don't like over version 1 versus 2, version 1 I was able to drag and drop. Because this is a little bit more complex database, we can't drag and drop like we used to. So let's go up here in admin and configuration. I'm going to go into group management, open this up. So if we want to go ahead and add anybody, we can add groups for people to go ahead and use what they want to do, people we can block from accessing certain things, going from there. System information is important for people that want to go ahead and change things. Here's where you can go ahead and you can put in your logo. You can put in some information about what's going on. You can go ahead and change the colors of everything that you want to do. It's all in there. It's easy to do. If I wanted to change the color for this tab here it is. I just click on it. Look, if I wanted to make it green, go ahead and make it green, hit OK. Now it's going to show that it's green. Next time that I publish, it's going to come up as green. Go from there. So I'm just going to go back and change it to where I had it. Okay, so there's nothing different. I don't think that's the same color. I think it's right there. Funny orange. Yeah, there it is. And just kind of go back from there. If we want to go ahead and create a new database, we can go create a new database. Import from Excel. If we've got some information in Excel, we can go in and import some big bulks of information. So if we wanted to do roles, there is a PDF. There's a template that we can go ahead if we wanted to go ahead and fill that information and move it in. I don't recommend going and do that yet. I just recommend just kind of going around and playing with it. So this is Michael Rager. I'm going to take you back right back to the main menu. We're going to look at there. So again, we can either enter roles, define our processes, manage our processes. Manage our processes takes us right back to where we were before. We can go back in here. We can manage our tasks, manage our lists, and then publish. So this is a quick little demo of what needs to be done. If you got any questions, please feel free to call me, 713-201-5559, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll answer any questions and kind of walk you through some stuff. We can go put up a screen share and do anything we need to do to help you walk through. So again, Michael Rager at Corporate Memory Solutions. I want you guys to make it a great day.